In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to change text styles in Lucidpress. So I have a Lucidpress document open here, and what I'm going to do, I've got People magazine, I've got a image with a clear background or transparent background of the soccer referee. And what I'm going to do, just to simulate background of different color, I'm going to go ahead and place a rectangle in here. And when I do that, I'm going to resize it here. And I'm going to place it, and you see over here, this is where we're going to be concentrating this video. I'm going to go ahead and place a color in this, dark color. Something a little darker. There we go. Okay. So I can't see anything, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that rectangle, and I'm going to right-click. And let's try that again. Right-click, and there we go. Right-click and arrange and send to back. There we go. So anytime you right-click, you can left-click and figure out what you want to do with that. So there's, if I bring to front, it's going to come in front. So that's what I want. So you don't do this. This is just an example. So I've got Bill here, our soccer referee, and I'm going to show you some text tools here. First of all, we're going to copy, Control-C, and paste as Control-V. So now I've got two instances of that, or a copy of it. I'm going to double click and highlight it, and I'm going to call this Bill Jones. Go ahead and toss him on there. And that's not a very good look here. So what I'm going to do is Control Scroll forward to zoom in, and I'm going to make it more of a white color. There we go. That stands out pretty good. And I'm going to show you a few other things here. So there's a border I can do. I can, I can highlight this, and let's see if a border, make it a colored border. There's a red color, and let's see what happens there. Oh, don't want that. Let's go back here for a second. So shadow. If I want a shadow to the text, you can see that that now has a shadow effect. So I go back to shape, turn the shadow off, you see it's gone. There's the shadow effect, and that makes it pop out quite a bit. Looks pretty nice. If I go to text, I can change a bunch of things here. I can make it italics. I can make it underline, and underlining almost never looks good on a magazine cover, so forget that one. I can change, of course, the font, and I've got a bazillion of them in here. And what I like about this program is it actually shows you what it looks like. Now you see this little plus sign that shows up there. If that happens, then what you're going to do, here, we'll just grab this one. So I click that and changed it to that. If I click the plus button, it's going to resize that. So there's that. So if it ever doesn't fit, what you do is you just kind of open that up like that. All right, boy, that looks good with that shadow effect. I can change spacing if I have multiple lines. So let's go ahead and copy, Control-C. I'll hit the Enter button, Control-V. I hit this paste or the plus sign. There we go. Now I've got two of them. Now, what I don't have is a lot of spacing here. So one of the things you can do, and you're going to want to do this with a magazine cover, is to change the spacing. We talk about this a lot. So that's a pretty good way to do it there. The rest of it is just playing around with different, let me delete this guy, playing around with different styles and fonts. But those are some pretty cool ways to make this happen. One thing that you also want to do, let's go ahead and double click, enter referee, get this guy down here. Let's go ahead and delete this guy. Now, center, right align or left align. I'm going to go ahead and right align it, and I'm going to shrink those lines down. There we go. Beautiful. All right, so that's what we want there. Now, black isn't necessarily a best color. Let's go ahead and do this. So we'll go Control-C, Control-V. Whoops. Control-Z is your best one. That's undo. Control-C is for copy. Control-V is in Victor for paste. It's weird. And we're going to call this guy Bill. So there's Bill. Shrink this down a little bit, and we'll bring that over here. All right, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, not too bad. Of course, it's a different size, but that's okay. we'll fix that. All right, so those are the basics between your layout. You can do text wrapping and different things, but we're gonna just pretty much leave it like this for now. Okay. Other than that, you should be able to play around with different borders for boxes if you want it. So there's lots of cool things you can do here. You don't really need to worry about warp. You can do wave patterns like that. That's kind of neat. Ribbon, arc. So there's lots of different things that you can do with these. It's just a matter of playing around with them. All right.